Hey content creator, welcome to this video. If you have been trying to turn your followers into clients, or you've seen small channels who are making tons of money, but you're making absolutely nothing, this video is just for you. Today, I'm gonna be diving into a content creator who went from $0 to $1 million, completely organic. They used no ads. They didn't do any crazy algorithm tricks. They just had a simple formula that I'm gonna be explaining to you as we go through their profile today. This is especially helpful because this individual had success previously. They had already made money, built companies, and then everything came crashing down. He went into $100,000 of debt, was completely broke, and he had to restart from scratch. So I'm really excited to dive into how did he overcome that and what you can steal to build your own content creation business, especially, and to be successful in 2026. Before I dive in, go ahead and subscribe, like, make sure to comment on this video. That way I can keep making this content for you. It really helps the channel grow, and that way you can get more tips on how to build your content. Let's dive in. Okay, so the account that we're reviewing today is Eric Thane. Eric Thane has 97,000 followers, but he went from $0 to $1 million in revenue, all using organic traffic. Now, the three things that I'm looking for whenever I'm doing some kind of review is I'm looking for authority, awareness, and action. Those are three things that we want to make sure are screaming on this page. And so we're going to go through, audit him, and then give you something you can steal for your own content creation business. So going here at Eric Thane, one thing, again, we're looking for authority. That's the first A. Now, when I go through here, some of the things that build authority are the professional nature of how it looks. He has a number on here that's showing results. So 0 to 1 million with organic traffic is pretty amazing. He has people that I follow, right? So Russell Brunson, Daniel Priestley, they are entrepreneurial coaches. And so if they're following him, that probably means there's some kind of connection that already builds authority. The other thing is that he has a very clear call to action. To me, that signals authority. When you have a link tree with like 1,000 different links, notice that none of the big timers, the people who are doing like millions of dollars, none of them do that. Almost all of them are going to have one link, one process that's going to funnel people into their ecosystem. So that helps keep things simple, keep it organized. Something else is the colors that he uses, right? He has dark with a little bit of whites in there. That all sends signals of authority. The second thing though is awareness. Now, what does awareness actually mean? Awareness to me is that they are showing, they have an awareness of your problem. Meaning when I go on here and I'm their target audience, they're actually showing the content they're making is not just random. It's for things that touch me. They're things that are my pain points. So let's kind of dive through there. His pinned ones, right? The 60-second content framework. You know, content creators like you and I, we're going on here, we're trying to learn how can I make my content better. Boom, he has an awareness that we probably are gonna want a framework. He also has create, don't capture, which is this cool hook, but it's also kind of going against the grain of what most people think or what most people are hearing from other gurus out there who make content. Another thing that shows really good awareness is this carousel right here, which says here, you have 1 year left to shield your business from AI. That right there is touching on a pain point, and he's showing that he has awareness of the problems that we're dealing with. Authority is really good. I like the colors. I like the contrast. I even commented on your workshop because of this carousel. I wanted to see how his free workshop was, and that's going to be this Thursday, I believe. So excited. I'll go ahead and do a review on that too. The third thing that matters most is that you can have all the authority in the world. You can have awareness that you're talking to people's pain points, but if you don't give people an opportunity to take action, like if your profile, if you're on Instagram, if your YouTube channel, if whatever, it doesn't have anything built in that allows people to take action, you're going to fail. So that is why, for example, like the post I just showed you, he has, you know, comment workshop for free live training. Cool. The next one. Visibility beats ability. Comment workshop to join my free workshop, right? And then we look on the next one. I built an entire system around turning one idea into multiple pieces of content automatically. Comment workshop, right? So he is constantly giving you chances and me chances to go through and work with him. He's not just posting. In fact, the most recent post I would say that didn't really have anything of value, although he sneaks in value there. I'm going to teach you how. Like this Merry Christmas photo. It's just him and his family, his, you know, beautiful kids, beautiful wife, like awesome picture, right? He just says Merry Christmas. Besides that, almost, I bet you if we went on every single thing, right? What do you think about the GPT-5 launch, right? He is engaging people. He's calling you to take action, whether it's comment on this to get this workshop or comment on your thoughts. But he doesn't stop there, guys. This is what makes the secret sauce. Like I said before, I kind of hinted at it. If you have a link tree of 500 different things that you can buy, like it's too overwhelming for people. You're essentially asking them to come and make a decision. But really what you want is you want to be guiding and leading them on these are the best decisions that you can make. Like, do you see the difference there? So when we look at his, I go to his workshop link, the only link he has, it's gonna load. There's this amazing funnel right here that's like really professional looking, keeps with his brand, and it has reserve my spot, right? Everything is all geared towards reserving your spot to the workshop. Now, I want you to notice something. He's not selling 10 different products. He has multiple products, but he's just pushing us to the workshop. He's funneling everyone into one place where he can then sell you later. And see, that is why he's able to build authority, because doing this process of funneling people into one place, bringing them to a session, and selling to them is the most effective way to be able to make sales. Now, if you are trying to just do affiliate marketing, maybe you're someone who doesn't have a product, maybe you're someone who's just selling other people's products. That's totally fine. In fact, if you want to, I can review someone who's an affiliate marketer who uses these same principles. I bet you I can find someone on there. But the big thing is that he's having action items that are specific, that are directed, and they're not scattered everywhere. Let's look at maybe some last things, okay? Some other key points that really matter is that he has, 1,815 posts. Over almost 2,000 times, he is creating value for other people. See, myself included, right? We get into content creation and we do 100, 200, 300, whatever. It feels like we've done a lot of work. But at the end of the day, he has done so much. He has put in the time to learn, to get the reps, and that's what allows him to be successful. Now, I would love to interview Eric Thane. I think it would be an amazing opportunity. My hope is someday to be able to build my podcast that's just starting to release and to interview creators like this and ask them behind the scenes questions. Like, what are you doing that's able to convert people more versus your competitors? What are the ways that you make content? What are the different frameworks you have? How did you get started in this field? Like, there's so many questions that just a brief overview does not answer. And so if you're interested in us starting that podcast and interviewing content creators, I want you to comment below podcast, because that way I know there's actually people out there who want to learn from these kind of content creators. But if you want to see a quick way that I used AI to be able to help take off probably the biggest burden of YouTube for me, which is making thumbnails, go ahead and click the link in this video up here. This is me showing how I used AI to be able to make YouTube thumbnails that are hopefully going to be doing a lot better on my channel than what I've done on my own. So go ahead and click on that link. I'll see you in the next one.